Hi, you're watching Velo News TV. I'm Neil Rogers here in Girona, Spain with Garmin Chipotle rider Will Frischkorn. Will, thanks for giving us a little bit of your time.
You bet, man.
First Tour de France for you starts a week from tomorrow. I want to find out a little bit about when you got the word that you were going to the Tour, but tell us first a little bit about the team is having a mini training camp here in Girona, which is where you live and several of the guys live. Talk about what the training camp's been like.
It's really been pretty low-key. I mean, we've got 5 of us here living in town as part of the tour squad. A couple of other guys. One's been in, a couple are coming in, and it's really more just to take care of all the details. You're not going to gain anything at this point, but it's train together. Keep the team together. Have massages, mechanics available, anything that we need, and just kind of do that last little bit of tuning up that we need before next week. We're doing the training camp where it's almost every day we all start out together. And then guys are on slightly different programs. I mean, I just came off a race last week. A couple of the guys came out of the mountains. Maggie, those guys have been at home. They were racing the weekend before. So it's really just spending the time together, but doing what we need to do individually to prepare.
Talk a little bit about sort of your day-to-day existence, how much time you've spent here in Girona over the years, and just sort of what life is like. I mean, you live in Boulder, Colorado, which is where Velo News is based and where I live as well. But this is my first time to Girona. This is your home away from home. Talk a little bit about what it's like and about the perpetual training camp.
Girona's a fantastic spot. I mean, there's a reason that the guys all settled here a long time ago. Johnny Welt's one of our directors. He was with what was then U.S. Postal, and really I think prompted a bunch of the guys to come down here and hang out. And it's just an easy place to live. I mean, as you walk around this town, it's all these little shops. I mean, it has that when you tell a friend you live in an old European town, that's pretty much spot on. It has that feel, and it's fun. And we have so many cyclists living right here in the city center, and you walk to get a loaf of bread and you run into 3 people. It's like Boulder in that way, but.
And the training as well? It's good training.
And the training is fantastic. I mean, we've got everything from big mountains to flat roads, go over to the coast one day, rolling hills the next, mountains the next, and a lot of small roads with no cars. And, yeah, it's just fun.
Tell us a little bit about your 2008 season thus far. I mean, my memories go back to you being in the breakaway at Milan-San Remo. You were just talking about Route du Sud, a race won by your teammate last weekend. So kind of, take us through from, I guess, February, March, all the way up till last weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I started off with our camp in Silver City, New Mexico in January. Long camp. We were there for 3 weeks. Straight from there, came over here to Europe, Bessèges, Marseille, kind of some of the early season, French kickoffs. Then went over to Italy for a while. We did Tirreno, San Remo, Eroica. Good block there. Love racing in Italy. The racing's crazy, but, I mean, hotels are fantastic, food's great, and it makes everything that much easier. And then a big block of the classic stuff. Flanders, Roubaix, Depana, after that. Little chunk of stuff in France, Picardy, Dunkirk. Been all over the place. Back to the U.S. for Philly Week, which was fun. My first race back in the States, and just to get back and see everybody that you spend a lot of time with, and then now I don't get to see as often is fun.
All right, let's get to the most exciting question in this interview. When did you find out you're going to the Tour de France?
I've been on the long list since we sat down in November and we did the planning. I mean, it's kind of 12 of us, and it's been the dream and kind of the big season goal the whole time. But I didn't know for sure here until Tuesday. It's pretty amazing to be at this point, and it's been a long road and a lot of ups and downs. And I think almost every cyclist has that, where there are times when you're not loving life so much, when you're digging, and it's why am I doing this? And this justifies all those moments.
Let's talk a little bit about your individual goals for the Tour de France, and then also, obviously, the team's goals. I mean, what do you hope to get out of the Tour? What does the team hope to get out of the Tour, and how do you play a role in that?
I mean, for me, as a young guy in a first 3-week race, I've never done anything longer than 12 days. It'll be a big test. So for me going in, I'll be hunting for breakaways every day, helping position key riders, whether it's coming into a field sprint, coming into a hill. Fetching bottles, bringing guys back from flats. I'll really be there as a workhorse. And personally, it'd be great to get in one of the big breakaways one day. Maybe have a shot at a stage if you're getting that lucky one. And then to finish. That's a real goal. I think to get the experience of finishing a 3-week tour, and everybody says there's this just change in your body from doing that, and to kind of to get that out of it and then move on into the rest of the season.
Well, one last question. I mean, obviously, one of the big stories, for the team in the last few weeks was the switch from Garmin, from Slipstream to Garmin, and the timing. In essence, the Tour de France is maybe part of what prompted that, but that had to add extra stress to the staff. What's it been like for the riders now? I see you're wearing the new shirt, and I'm sure you've got a whole bunch of new clothing coming, and maybe some, I don't know, media training or training specific to sponsor products. Just take us through what that transformation has been like on the rider side.
It's been, actually, for me personally, there's a sense of satisfaction there. I mean, I've been with this program since it started as a pro team. Right. And we had TI Aircraft as a sponsor then. I mean, we've always had great support, but never on the title level. I mean, we've been fortunate to have some amazing benefactors, and I mean, Doug, the owner of this team, that kind of took it to this point. And to see, like, everything that we did come together and earn the sponsor, and for the right reasons, is really exciting. As far as the actual transition, it's crazy. And fortunately, most of that craziness falls on the staff. I mean, everything is getting switched over. When you go to the warehouse, and it's cars, trucks, buses, everything's rewrapped, new clothing, I mean, a bunch of little changes to the bikes. And obviously, I mean, the team kit won't be unveiled for a little while. And I mean, that's actually getting, I think, like, hand delivered. It's getting flown over to make sure that we get it in time. It doesn't get caught in customs. But we can't say we're lost anymore. We can never say that. We're going to develop a little code word there, and
that's team policy. Getting lost doesn't
lost. We're never lost on the way to the race. I think it's going to be like we're naked and we're not sure what time we're going to get there.
Well, Will, congratulations. Appreciate the time, and we'll see you in Brest.
Thanks.